I was very fortunate to be a part of the Fender Vintera III launch. I chose the Jaguar, and before I even posted the video up for you guys, I liked that guitar so much that I knew there were a few others that I wanted to try within the Vintera III series. After I posted the video, I read a lot of the comments, and most of them were about the Jaguar, but there were some requests, and this guitar, the mid-60s Mustang, was the one that came up the most. And it makes a lot of sense because I got some history with this instrument. I love the Vintera II, and before that, I had for the longest time a Japanese made MG65 in the same exact finish as this one, so it was a pretty easy call for me. So I'm really excited to make this demo for you guys of the Fender Vintera III mid-60s Mustang. Before I get started though, I have to shout out the people that made this possible. A company called Zounds, they're an online retailer. They have some of the best payment plans available where you don't need to open up any lines of credit or do anything with any sort of sketchy third-party bankings. They just offer gear at an affordable price, and they get it so that you can get what you want in your hands without paying a whole ton out of pocket if you don't have it all up front. There'll be an affiliate link in the description. Helps me and it shows support to them as well for making this and some other future videos possible while I have this guitar, including a cheeky comparison I have planned between this one and the Vintera III Jaguar. Now, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about specs in this video. I just want to point out a few things about this guitar that are a little bit different from the Vintera II. Number one, the neck. Both the carve and the thickness are a little different, despite both of them having a 7¼ inch radius rosewood fingerboard and vintage size fret wire. This one measures out at 0.84 at the first fret and 0.94 at the 12th fret. The shape of it is also different. It's a mid-60 C. It fills your hand up a little bit more, and it's definitely noticeable compared to a little bit more of a slender feel that you're going to get on the Vintera II. And just like all the other models in the Vintera III line, the mid-60s Mustang comes with a bone nut instead of a synthetic nut that you would find on the Vintera II models. Updated clay dots. I'm a big fan of the way they look, especially on the Sonic Blue finish. And then the other real thing of note here, new set of electronics. So you got new pickups, all cloth wiring, a little bit better shielding, and outside of that, pretty much the same old stuff here. We're talking about the dynamic vibrato, a lot of fun to use, and super lightweight body, 2 slider switches control your pickups, and that's that. Let's jump right into playing it. We're going to be using the Dr. Z, Z+. I'm going to be using the Warm Audio Fentone, that's a ribbon microphone, in tandem with the Shure SM57, that's a dynamic cardioid. Now, I don't know if there's a specific model of guitar that might give you the same sort of vibe that the Fender Mustang gives me, but every single time that I play one of these for YouTube, or I'm just playing one of these out in the wild, I just go off and I totally get out of my comfort zone. I end up using so many more effects and just feeling like I'm in a different creative space. And this gave me the same sorts of experiences that I loved and I remember so fondly from the Vintera II when I demoed that. It was a real surprise back then with that guitar, but this one, I was kind of expecting it to be great, especially knowing that the neck profile suits me a little bit more. I like the more kind of fullness to the shape of this one. It was going to be difficult for them to screw this one up at that point, but I loved it. I had so much fun, and one thing I didn't point out in the beginning of today's video, I didn't set this up. Period. I didn't change anything. This is exactly as it was out of the box. The setup was good enough and reliable enough with the tuning stability that I was able to just start playing, and that's a huge kudos to Fender for doing a great job out of the factory. And that's actually a really important thing I want to point out because it's not a fluke. This is something that's become a pattern. The last 4 brand new out-of-the-box Mexican-made Fenders that I've played, 2 road-worn guitars, a road-worn 60s Stratocaster and a road-worn 60s Telecaster, the Vintera III Jaguar, now the Vintera III mid-60s Mustang. They were all fantastically set up. The fretwork was really good, no sharp fret edges. The nuts were all cut really well on them, and the ones that had a vibrato system on them, they were dialed in really solid out of the factory, and they've come a long way. And especially as somebody who has historically always been a huge advocate for Japanese made Fenders, seeing the progress and the quality improvements that Fender Mexico has made over the years, I gotta tip my cap. As far as potential cons or things you might want to take into consideration if you're thinking about getting one of these guitars, I really don't have anything bad to say, and I don't have anything to complain about. I think the instrument is super solid. It sounds great. The electronics are quality. The hardware is quality as well. And I know, speaking of the hardware, that people that have never had one of these guitars, they look at the dynamic vibrato and they can be a little bit intimidated thinking that it's going to be really complicated or a big pain to get set up, and I assure you, it's really not that bad. There's a lot of great online resources, whether you want to watch a video on YouTube, there's plenty of those available where they go through exactly how to do it, or if you're more of a text person, the Offset Guitar Forum has an excellent step-by-step guide to make sure that you'll be able to have this thing set up and you'll be able to use a vibrato and have it return to pitch. I think they've done a great job with the entire Vintera 3 line. I'm excited to potentially try more of them in the future, but as far as the Mustang goes, gets a big thumbs up for me, and this had very big shoes to fill because I love the Vintera 2, but I would say, push came to shove, I'd rather have this one. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. For any questions, comments, concerns, or potential requests of guitars you might want to see at a later date on this channel, feel free to use the comment section while you're down there. Consider hitting the like and the subscribe. The engagement actually means something to these brands, believe it or not. They check all that stuff, and it's very serious business. Don't forget to check out Zounds. They're the ones who provided me with this instrument. You might be able to get this exact one at a later date, depending on when you're watching this, at an open box discount, and that's pretty cool. Thanks again, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take it easy, everybody.